Hey, creative souls, writers, word witches, thank you so much for tuning in. I'm very happy that you're here. In this video, I will be talking about the writing habits and practices of the incredible Toni Morrison, Nobel and Pulitzer Prize winning novelist, best known for The Bluest Eye, Son of Solomon, and Beloved. But first, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Johnny. I'm a retired adjunct writing professor, and I call myself a word witch for two reasons. First, I am a practicing witch. And second, I have been helping people work magic on the page for well over 2 decades. I believe I'm on this earth to heal the world through stories, whether it's the ones that I write and tell or the ones that I help you write and tell. Thank you so much for your likes, shares, and subscribes so I can continue to grow my channel and build a community of like-minded creatives who embrace the power of story to heal. So now, on to Toni Morrison. I'm always very careful to cite where I get the words from other writers. And I know that's something that's kind of going out of style these days, and I think it's really sad. Maybe it's the academic in me, but I think citing our sources is always important. And I preface this video with that because I have not been able to find where these words come from. I find these words of hers on many people's blogs, but I can't find a particular interview or essay or talk that she gave where she said these words. So if you run across it, please let me know, and I will put it in the description. So Morrison is known to have talked about how her habit of getting up early first started out of necessity because she had small kids. And then as they got older, it became a choice that she made for herself as a writer because she found that morning was the best time for her to write. She said that she didn't feel quite as sharp or bright or witty or intelligent after the sun goes down. And she said this, and I want to read this excerpt from whatever this comes from to you. She said, "I always get up and make a cup of coffee while it is still dark. It must be dark. And then I drink the coffee and watch the light come. And I realize that for me, this ritual comprises my preparation to enter a space that I can only call non-secular. Writers all devise ways to approach that place where they expect to make the contact, where they become the conduit, or where they engage in this mysterious process. For me, light is the signal in the transition. It's not being in the light, it's being there before it arrives. It enables me in some sense." I love this. And I love it because it really speaks to that indescribable and what I call magical aspect of the creative process. And it's about, I think, for all of us, finding our way into what Morrison calls the non-secular. And it is. It is a spiritual experience. As you probably heard me say, I consider my writing practice part of my spiritual practice. And in fact, it was writing and my experience in writing the first draft of Miranda's Garden that put me on the spiritual path that I've been on for well over 30 years now. When your mind and your body and your heart and your soul drop into that space and you're able to write from deep inside yourself and far outside yourself, and you eventually come out of it feeling like you've been in a trance of some kind. And I love that she's able to speak to that moment of transition for her. She knows when that is for her. That witnessing of the darkness moving to light that enables her to access the words, the writing, and the magic. I've talked in past videos about other writers who swear by or who swore by getting up very early in the morning, and some very early, like Barbara Kingsolver at 4 a.m. And I don't know if this is true across the board, but morning does seem to bring a kind of renewal from the previous day. It's a clean slate of sorts, to delve into our own minds, our own psyches, and to see what a night of sleep and dreams may have given us. And I know that we all have our own biorhythms and inner clocks, and we do need to honor those, I think, to be able to create and produce at our best. So I'm curious, when is your best time to write? Or do you even know? And I mean whether you're able to write right now or not, whether your life situation, schedule, work, family situation is allowing you to write. Do you have a sense of when your best time to write is? When your mind is uncluttered from the day, from all the noise, from all the stimuli, and you're able to drop down into that space so that you can create. Do you find that morning is your best time to write? And if so, is it early morning before the sun comes up? Or is it just after the sun comes up, as Toni Morrison says is true for her? Or do you prefer late at night, when the world has gone to sleep? And of course, it's worth saying that we cannot wait until the perfect time or the perfect circumstances. I talked about this when I talked about E.B. White's writing habits and practices. If we are fortunate enough to create a writing practice that absolutely fits our needs in every way, that's a very good thing, and it's very rare. But if we aren't able to do that, at least not yet, we can't let that stop us from writing. We still have to find a way in. We have to get good at writing under less than desirable circumstances. And it's on us, each one of us, to figure out how to make that work for us. So how are you making your writing life work for you? I would love to know. Sending you mad writing mojo. Happy writing.